The first atomic blast did not just leave a crater, it built a crystal cage. In July 1945, the Trinity test turned desert sand, tower metal, and copper traces into green glass called Trinitite. For decades, that glass looked like aftermath. Now it looks like a message. Researchers studying tiny fragments reported a strange crystal structure inside the blast material. A calcium, copper, and silicon cage, formed under conditions so violent and brief that an ordinary lab would struggle to repeat them. That is the twist. The explosion lasted seconds. The evidence kept organizing itself into a pattern small enough to hide in a shard. Look at the chain. Heat melts the sand. The shock front tears metal into the fireball. Copper enters the mix. The material cools fast, and inside that frozen chaos, atoms lock into tunnels. This is not a recipe for a weapon. It is forensic science after the fact. Trinitite already mattered because it preserved a signature of the first nuclear test. But this cage makes the glass feel less like debris and more like a time capsule. One layer tells you where the sand was, another hints at the tower, another carries the chemistry of a flash that rewrote the desert surface. That is why the discovery is bigger than a weird mineral headline. It shows that extreme events can make structures nature rarely gives us, then seal those structures inside evidence. The crater is the famous image. The mushroom cloud is the famous shadow. But the quiet clue is smaller than a grain. 80 years later, the blast is still being read, not from a battlefield, but from a crystal cage hiding in green glass.